Hey guys, this is Cole. Thanks for tuning in to another Maintenance Monday. Today we're going to cover how to remove your front and rear wheel on a mountain bike, and it does apply to almost any bike on the market. To remove your rear tire, you will want to put the gears in a certain location so it's easier to put it back on. The easiest thing to do is in the front, drop it down to the smallest gear. Same in the back. So just make sure your chain's going to have a lot of slack that way. Once you have your chain in the correct position, you're going to release the quick release on this side. And then pull back on the derailleur, pulling the chain away, and then the tire will just drop right out. There's countless reasons to take your tires off if you need to change a tube, change your tire, tighten anything with your braking, or just general maintenance of the wheel, truing it, whatnot. It's a great skill to have, being able to take the tires off the bike. So once you've done whatever it is you need to, the reason you took the wheel off, it's time to put it back onto the bicycle. What you'll want to do, make sure that you're lining the rotor up into the caliper when you put it on. Don't jam it in there or it can get jarred and kind of scratch the bike up and mess up the componentry. So what you'll want to do, just like what you did before, pull down on this, get some room on the chain, set the chain on the smallest cog in the back because that's where we left it when we took it off, and then you just slide it up and in. Just ensure that when you're putting the skewer through the back tire that you do have the bicycle on the ground, as you will need even pressure applied on both sides of the chainstays to make sure that the tire is straight in the frame. By holding the other side and spinning it, that's what's going to determine the tension of the skewer. So like I was saying before, there are several different types of axles. Some of them are going to be called thru axles, which isn't the skewer design, which will compress and pinch the tire in. These ones actually are threaded in and screw in through the hub. That's why they're called a thru axle. So this is what a thru axle will look like. They come in a couple different diameters. Just make sure you're replacing with the right one if you need to. But for taking it on and off, typically you're just going to need an Allen tool. This one in the front here, it's just an Allen to remove it. So again, when you're putting your tire in on the front or rear, if you're running disc brakes, just make sure you're lining the rotor up with the caliper so you don't jam it in there. If your thru axles are sticking at certain points, if you kind of rotate the tire back and forth, sometimes that'll help it seat. So you always want to go through, if there's a torque value in Newton meters on any of the bolts on your bike, you're going to want to use a torque wrench and torque it down to spec. So again, kind of the key steps are just making sure your chain's in the right spot, making sure you line the rotor up in the brake calipers when putting it back on, and then the biggest thing is just determining what kind of axle you have to know how to put it on or off. If it's a thru axle, it's going to be threaded, so you're going to be tightening and torquing it down. If it's a quick release skewer design, it's going to pinch in and kind of hold it. So again, that's how to take your front and back tire off of your bicycle. Thanks for tuning in to Maintenance Monday, and we hope to see you again soon.